Good day, Ross Jason Bowen. It's been over a year since I've done a live feed, really, for INVEGA side effects. In the end of this, you'll see my video from last January. Attitude hasn't changed towards the assault, the harm to my body. An assault is anything that harms you, and it doesn't matter what anybody says. Those are the definitions by the law, American or Canadian. An assault is anything that harms you. Andrew & Lipke is a law firm in the United States, plus there's a few in Canada as well. None of them have contacted me in any way. Neither has the Ombudsman helped out in any way or approved any investigation, or human rights commissions, or the College and Physicians of British Columbia, or any parliament. Nor has the RCMP of Canada proved that they did an investigation on 911 calls or poison control that people are spraying of nauseous things in the air. All my side effects are still there. I still have huge amounts of obesity on my body. I still can't go for a run, breathe properly, get my heart rate up. I don't have enough blood in my body. My vascularity, excuse me, I'll take off my shirt for a second, but this one, not my other one. My vascularity in my arm has been gone. They've taken blood so badly out of my body, there's not enough. Body parts are shrunken, such as the male penis and so forth. I've left you links for Ask I patients of many people who've been assaulted by the medication. It's not a joke. I suggest you tell the doctors and physicians and doctors who say this is a good drug and the people who think you should be on psychiatric drugs in some ways, to take it themselves, to see how depressed and unhappy and dead like they are, like they state, zombie state, in most psychiatry care. The CCHR.org illustrates it over and over again on free documentaries on the Science channel and everything else like that. I have an INVEGA page on my Facebook as well that I post this every time they have it on. It's a free link. You just have to go to surf the internet and find it and watch it yourself. It's an hour and a half, 2 hours long sometimes. It's no word of a lie. If I can't run, use my physical body, I don't have the right of movement. If I can't live a free life from the control of others, then I'm losing my free life and will as well, or have a family, because I can't afford a family. And so forth, which I won't get into because I've said it over and over again. It's a human right violation, anything to do with INVEGA. In the last few months, I've seen other people do copycats or similar type of videos from the United States of America. I posted it on my page. They're on INVEGA 2 playlist. This is INVEGA 1 this will be posted on, and links to number 2 will be on this as well as my January of 2018 as well. Of February 2015 was the last day of INVEGA. It was the I think the maximum dose of the monthly dosage. I asked over and over again to be taken off of it for a year and a half to 2 years, whatever they did. I don't want to remember those times right now. I want to carry on with my life. I'm detained in poverty still, detained in a fat suit that I can't handle man boobs or a belly when I was thin, lean muscle mass and fit before, and now I don't have that opportunity to be able to run 10 kilometers a week plus, swim in a river in the summer times when I want to go for long walks, never feel out of breath, not feel weak on my feet. To be able to have your heart rate at a certain level that you're not going to have a heart attack, to be able to breathe properly and not just play a video game and start panting. An acquaintance introduced me to American's Army, so I started playing that a few months ago. And yeah, my reaction time's a little slower. I don't know the maps. I'm tired of small maps. Now I'm playing a thing called Rings of Elysium. On one of my pages, I call it Roscoe Gaming. I'm trying to play games. So what? I can sit here and play a game. Sometimes in reaction time, hey, is it the computer's too old or not? Or is it my reaction time? I can't tell you. I got a 60 hertz monitor, and it's what, 10 millisecond response time instead of 1 millisecond response time, and lags once in a while. Is it the game? Call of Duty doesn't lag like that, but or AA, but this does. Internet provider says Shaw doesn't have any lag at all, and they don't state the requirements. My computer does all the requirements. Like I said, INVEGA is a human right violation. If you're having a problem, I say don't go to legal aid, find a lawyer. It's a biased discrimination of ignorancy within a doctors association, within the government system, because it's all associated, okay? It's the government. The government works under everybody, and people work under the government. They look after laws, they look after the money, wages, education. How much control if you don't have the education and the money, or the money to get the education, and then the job afterwards? Hey, you can't do it. You can't buy a coffee or a bottle of water unless you have money. Yeah, go to a tap and hopefully you can drink out of it. Water fountain still is free, right? Hopefully it's clean water that comes out of it. But you look at the long and short of it, we have to live this life. I don't want to live in a detainment in poverty and fat suit and be unfit all my life. I don't want to feel assaulted every day of my life, that the government brutally assaulted me in a Somalia affair of Canada. People being ignorant, using torture, which is psychological assault, crimes of genocide. All these links have been provided for you over and over again. I'm looking at my stream right now and just seeing what's on there. I'm just going to scroll over and see if anybody's posted anything at all. Nope. Looks like it's working fine. I got a split screen. Before I had dual screen. I've been putting it off. I just can't find a cheap one enough. Didn't want to borrow one off the neighbor and get him to disconnect all his cords. So I can't find a cheap enough cord anywhere at a buck or two store at Valley Village in the Comox Valley. Like I said, I'm 46 years old. I can't handle being fat anymore. I've asked for help on GoFundMe to get the fat removed. I've asked the government for help too, but they're not going to help me because they assaulted me. I can't get teeth fixed. I'm too afraid to go see another doctor and be assaulted in another way. This is not paranoia, or schizophrenic, or anything like that when you're assaulted. When you're on a soccer field and you get tripped, isn't it not a tripping call or tripped and hooked in a hockey game? Todd Bertuzzi hit somebody from behind. Didn't he get charged for assault? Same thing. Like I said, you have to investigate both sides when you take it to a court, a fair trial supposedly. You have two lawyers battling it out. All my information I give to the College of Physicians and the Health Review Board, Professional Review Board, is stuff ready to go to court. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a stupid person walking down the street, trying to get my life back. It's worse than a woman on the pill trying to get the reversal so they can breathe in life again, called HCG. If you take out somebody's endorphin glands and give them a chemical lobotomy, that's your pituitary gland, your motor functions die, your health dies, you're sterilized, your body's not functioning as well, just like having AIDS, the exact same symptoms. If you don't have enough blood in your body, your veins aren't going to stick out, you're going to be lazy and depressed. All the links are from YouTube and everything are on these pages. Playlist 1 and 2. Playlist 1 is me. Playlist 2 is my references. INVEGA side effects. The brutality and human rights violations of the Canadian government and the police department, who think it's funny to psychologically assault somebody and torture and mind games and other threats to them on a continuous basis. And an acting guild that works for them because they don't want to investigate them properly. And then everybody you have a complaint seems to pass away or die off the face of the earth. Do they? Where do they hide? Who knows? So I'm going to put this in there now. It's going to take a second, and it's going to be the video from July. I hope you find some help and go from there. Browser, yes. And I go like this. Okay. And there we go. Right now I'm going through a health professional review board to try to get everything reversed. I've gone through the College of Physicians and Surgeons, and that was the first stage. Now, like I said, health review board. It's unfair trial so far. All they do is belittle you, degrade you, talk in terms that you had to find all this information. Nothing's done verbally. Well, it's supposed to be by the law. It's all text. I hate text because you have to find all this information that they just refer to this. Just like sending in the links. Open this, open that. But they don't send you a link where you can find it. I'm frustrated. Ever since I made my complaint, I've been assaulted with this stuff that burns my face again and ignorance around me. Since I've been off meds, people assaulting me in life too with the stupid little acts again, finding out it's just another government agency. I don't know what to say. There's no relief for it. Chemical lobotomies are supposed to be a reversal. That's what INVEGA does. They're not supposed to be doing it. Just like a lobotomy. CCHR.org has all your information on human rights. It's in there, and the links. You can look it up yourself. I appreciate for you listening, and please subscribe. Look at the top corner. Hit the other links. Wait to the end. You'll see other links. Just click on the pictures, and it'll go to other references and other pages of what I'm trying to say. I physically can't do anything in life. I have no physical strength, and I have a hard time breathing. Choking on food continuously, and huge amounts of obesity. I need a new planet to move to because I can't handle the retardation what I went through and being assaulted by the police forces, family, associates, and the government agencies that I've gone through. Stated this to the highest people in Canada and the parliaments, news agencies, and law firms, and no reply. Too late. After 20 years of this and over 6 years of psychiatric assault. Living in poverty isn't fun, and being detained with even less and degraded from a working class person to a non-working class person. You can't live on a disability pension on CPPD or social services disability. There isn't enough money for 3 meals a day, clean environment to live in without other assholes or dickheads or whatever you want to call them assaulting you with stupid ignorance, smells and sprays, and their ignorant BO or whatnot. That's right. Your human right of a clean environment and safe environment because you have not enough money to live by. Assaulted and detained in life forcefully because you can't find a job and not have workplace harassment as well and have post-traumatic stress syndrome because they're acting, driving you away from society, and they say the only asylum is in one of their care homes where they assault you in another way too, with actors around you. That's right, misleading us and harming us to the protection of this country, and all they're doing is assaulting us. No freedom, our human rights are being violated. Adequate health, having our proper hormones in, and not being stripped of them with drugs like INVEGA. Testosterone levels dropped. Now, there's my average video that I've put up month to month other than December, and have a good time watching it. Subscribe, comment, join the Facebook page, and send proof of you're on it. Don't ask the same question over and over in time. Do you feel like a zombie? Is there relief? And so forth.
it really gets frustrating. This isn't a compassion thing. I'm not a doctor to listen to people. I'm going through the same problems as you are. Please don't assault me every day with other scenarios that I'm going through because I've explained it to you. It's hard enough living with the assault than listening to some nurse or government official trying to belittle you more. That's why I ask you for proof. Proof of a certificate that you have your education or that uniform.
INVEGA SUSTENNA, paliperidone, abilify, or any psychiatric drug for bipolar or schizophrenic is a human right violation. It put huge amounts of bees in me, sterilized me, chemical lobotomized me, and are human right violations under the CCHR. You'll find all information on this page, and you can ask any questions, and I'll send you the links as well. I will not repeat myself more than once, and once only. And yes, life feels over after being assaulted by your government in a concentration camp where they had all the control over you and your life, just like the Nazis did in World War II. I have nothing else to say other than it's a human right violation. Any medication like this or any information that I have and can provide for you that I found on the internet.
INVEGA Sustenna side effects and recovery after 2.5 years. My testimony or video statement of what happened to me and other people. References you'll find in the videos, human rights violations, laws and ethics that are being violated as well. It's a sex change drug, chemical lobotomy, a sterilization, a degradation of man, a detainment of life where your hormones are being taken away from you, you be chemical lobotomized so you can't think properly or be functional, and life is unfit to live a physical and enjoyable life as you had before. Your life is ended, and it's undignified. A complete human rights violation. Ended. Please watch the video and listen.
Welcome to INVEGA Trinza, paliperidone palmitate, the only treatment that helps control the symptoms of schizophrenia for 3 months with 1 dose. INVEGA Trinza is only available by prescription. Each dose is given by injection from a healthcare professional 4 times a year. INVEGA Trinza is designed to be released gradually in the body for 3 months. This ensures that you'll have a continuous amount of medication in your system, but with 1 less daily schizophrenia pill to worry about. INVEGA Trinza is not for everyone. It can cause serious side effects. Elderly patients with dementia taking INVEGA Trinza have an increased risk of death or stroke. INVEGA Trinza is not approved for dementia. Please see the important safety information at the end of this video. You're probably wondering how it works. There are a few steps to follow before you can begin taking INVEGA Trinza, so let's get started. First, after confirming you can tolerate the medication, your doctor will give you an injection of INVEGA SUSTENNA, paliperidone palmitate, followed by a second starting dose about 1 week later. If you're already on INVEGA SUSTENNA, starting doses are not necessary. INVEGA SUSTENNA, paliperidone palmitate, is used for the treatment of schizophrenia. INVEGA SUSTENNA can cause serious side effects, including an increased risk of death in elderly people who are confused, have memory loss, and have lost touch with reality, dementia-related psychosis. INVEGA SUSTENNA is not approved for treating dementia-related psychosis. Do not receive INVEGA Trinza or INVEGA SUSTENNA if you are allergic to paliperidone, paliperidone palmitate, risperidone, or any of the ingredients in INVEGA Trinza or INVEGA SUSTENNA. See end of the patient information leaflet in the full prescribing information for a complete list of INVEGA Trinza and INVEGA SUSTENNA ingredients. INVEGA SUSTENNA is the same medication as INVEGA Trinza, but provides 1 month control of your schizophrenia symptoms. Adjustments to the amount of medication you receive can also be made by your doctor to make sure that it's effective and well tolerated. Only after being adequately treated with INVEGA SUSTENNA for at least 4 months, you and your doctor can discuss a transition to INVEGA Trinza. Your doctor can decide whether it's right for you. Only INVEGA Trinza is designed to be gradually released in your body over 3 months, so you only have to take it 4 times a year. This way, you can feel confident knowing the right amount of medication is in your system each day to give you longer-term schizophrenia symptom control. Think of it this way. Being on a daily pill is similar to a car with a small fuel tank. The car must stop daily to fill up its tank to keep going, in the same way that having to take a pill at the start of each day keeps the amount of medication working in your body. On the other hand, INVEGA Trinza is like a car with a larger fuel tank. That only has to be refilled once every 3 months. After 3 months, you'll receive your next INVEGA Trinza dose. This ensures that you'll have a continuous amount of medication in your system, but with one less daily schizophrenia pill to remember. The most common side effects of INVEGA Trinza include injection site reactions, weight gain, headache, upper respiratory tract infections, feeling restlessness or difficulty sitting still, slow movements, tremors, stiffness, and shuffling walk. Tell your healthcare provider if you have any side effect that bothers you or does not go away. Longer-term symptom control with INVEGA Trinza means you have the chance to focus less on taking your medication and more on setting and working towards your treatment goals, whatever you, your doctor, and treatment team decide they are. Talk to your doctor and treatment team to see if INVEGA Trinza is right for you. Important safety information for INVEGA Sustenna and INVEGA Trinza. Indication: INVEGA Trinza 3-month paliperidone palmitate is a prescription medicine given by injection every 3 months by a healthcare professional and used to treat schizophrenia.
INVEGA Sustenna is a worldwide psychiatric drug for schizophrenia or bipolar. It's named after many different names around the world, as you can find on the webpage and scrolling down in front of you. These are web pages for human rights laws and ethics, why people go postal by Billy the Kid, and the scenario in it that happens every day like it went through for me, and other websites that you might find interesting as well. INVEGA Sustenna is a human rights, laws, and ethics violation, unlawfully causing bodily harm by association with the FDA, the government, the hospitals, the doctors, and the police department, knowing the harm that it causes human beings around the world or in Canada or North America. By association, guilty. These pictures are references of my physical ability over time from high school to present day, which I'm totally unfit to do anything now. Depressed that I can't go work out, run, swim, enjoy life. I go for a little bicycle ride for 15 minutes. My legs are completely tired. My back's always sore, depressed and unhappy because this low testosterone in the body, no sex drive, yellow semen, and everything like that. Obesity, all I look down and see is breasts, a fat belly, and all you feel is fat and disgusting all the time. It's not enjoyable to feel this way or feel any scenario that somebody might have gone through before. In World War II, schizophrenic and these drugs were created, like one of my references say as well, meaning it's an act against humanity and a wartime crime to do this to a human being. Unhumane. Therefore, they have to be tried in a war criminal act for doing this again to humanity. These chemical compounds aren't welcome in the world.
Can't handle it. You look down and you see a pointy piece like this. It's all fat like this. of gynomasculitis caused by INVEGA SUSTENNA, an assault from the government and the doctors knowing what the fuck they were doing, manslaughter, I can't handle life, it's nudity in public, you can't take off your top, and have breasts as a male. It looks disgusting, can't handle it, over $50,000 plus to get removed properly. I heard 10 to 20, but I heard way more because you have to go there and get it done. Plus the obesity of a belly. It's not as bad as some people like Andrew's, but it's pathetic that a doctor thinks it's that funny and laughs at you that have fun taking off the fat, Kevin Weeder said as I was leaving for my last visit. Discrimination, ignorance, human rights, laws and ethics violations from the Government of Canada / Doctors Association of, what do they call it? Surgeons and doctors.
Your doctor may recommend testosterone replacement therapy if the level of testosterone in your bloodstream is significantly lower than normal. Testosterone is a male hormone, also called an androgen, which is produced in your testicles. Testosterone promotes the development of male sexual characteristics and supports masculine functions, such as sperm production and sexual desire. This hormone is also essential for maintaining bone density, red blood cell level, muscle mass, and a sense of well-being. Low levels of testosterone in your blood may result in a condition called androgen deficiency or hypogonadism, which may include increased body fat, reduced muscle size, and swollen breasts. If your testosterone level is low, you may experience reduced sex drive, erectile dysfunction, and low sperm count, leading to infertility. A deficiency in testosterone affects all parts of your body and may also cause
As one does, eh?
loss of body hair, increased body fat, decreased muscle mass, diminished bone density, which can lead to osteoporosis, mild anemia, swollen or tender breasts, hot flashes, decreased energy, and depression.
And again, as one does. Side effects from INVEGA SUSTENNA or any product of it that does the same thing. Proving intent to harm.
Cause and effect of low testosterone. Here's a few write-ups. And low testosterone kills and aging, what testosterone does for men and women as well. Human rights violations, proving doctors are using anti-testosterones, which they use to make men into transgenders and women and give them estrogen, which is wrong. It's a human rights violation. Proving they're putting into our food systems and making low testosterone in humans to control them in the sense of buying hormones to be fertile and to live an adequate life in this world that we live in. Putting anti-testosterone in foods and in injections to cause harm to humans in the world, from obesity to breathing problems to health problems, basically. The reason why we have low testosterone is because anti-testosterone pills. That is my belief. These are write-ups from medical practitioners, and the links are there as well as the first page off of the web. Have a great day. This is Ross Jason Bull Online.
The clicking you hear is just me checking my pages. As Justin Trudeau says, the Liberals are about human rights. Let's see you reverse it. And give back human dignity to those who
Following
have been assaulted
violations
by
or side effects are
psychiatric.
from the web page Ask iPatient. Links are on the page as scrolling through. For human rights,
That's right.
and, human
Psychiatric
dignity to
care
be
is done from
restored, like
prejudgment of excessive force of others.
claims to be, and human rights to be true. There has to be a stop to psychiatry drugs like INVEGA, and any psychiatry drug out on the market that does this. A genocide that sterilizes and kills a male's natural testosterone and causes these side effects to them. It's human control and trafficking. One, putting them on and then not being able to live a life after. And two, to have testosterone therapy that they might need to take afterwards and the cost of those testosterone or hormone replacements. Low testosterone charts found from medical systems of North America and the world that obesity leads to higher state or higher percentage of heart attacks, fat in the blood system. Obesity is caused from low testosterone, as well as depression, unfitness, and enjoyment and fertilization. Millions of dollars spent on this information so you could read it if you have the time of day to look for it. And the doctors tell you the real information, like HCG to be able to breed or get off the pill if you're a woman. Department of Justice of Canada website or their front page logo, Declaration of Human Rights of the United Nations of the world, the page from crimes of genocide and psychologically and physically assaulting people to death with negative influence of the mind, and a CCHR page on Declaration of Human Rights for mental health, which they don't tell you before you're booked or detained in a hospital or in a police officer's vehicle of your rights, that you have the right to see a lawyer before detainment in a jail system called a psych ward, or any type of medication put into your body in any shape, way, or form. Consent is not you taking it and them lying to you and not telling you what the side effects and harm that may be done to your body of chemical lobotomies, sterilizations, electric shock therapies, and many more of you losing your health and your way of life to exist. Like I said, many criminal codes have been violated over these cases and mine alike, and they're right in front of you. Basic thing, family violence, messing with genitals and hormones of the human body, and other Canadian criminal code books, leading to a malpractice from a doctor. And family, doctors, and other doctors fall under family violence as well, messing with hormones and genitals. Thank you for listening. Please watch again next month or in a few months. This is a repeat, like 1 + 1 is 2 in math throughout your school system. That is the truth. All your links, the CCHR.org, on the human rights violations of INVEGA SUSTENNA and the chemical compound named by many things around the world. Oh, it's a genocide, as it's a testosterone prohibitor that causes obesity, you can't breed afterwards, suicides, and everything else. INVEGA SUSTENNA is a human rights violation to your body. It's a genocide. It is a bullet.
Good day, Ross Jason Boehm Live. YouTube, RJBL or Ross Jason Boehm Live. You can find these on there as well on INVEGA Side Effects. YouTube it. This is Harold Hootie. He put this live feed up. He's talking for somebody else, not for himself, and trying to boast it. His accusations are premeditated, I guess. He's finding information, won't send the links. I provide all the links. I can prove it and show you where it all is. If you go to our webpage and I go back, you go to our photos, okay, on our page, INVEGA Sustenna, side effects and harm from. You go to read all links where it says right there. Ooh, I have to explain this again. Sorry, I gotta make this a little bigger. Alright, here we go. You go over to here, and there it is. You click on it, and whammo. It takes you to the next page. And the next page has all the links. It says read all the links. It's all provided here, okay? Just like I said, I provide you all the information that you need. Each one's another one. This is the INVEGA. It tells you all the side effects or what's supposed to happen. What the doctor is supposed to ask you on the box, it says the nurse and the doctor are supposed to ask you. Here it says read it. You can't read it if you've already been injected. In fear, they have to speak it out to you. Those are the laws. But we'll get back to this in a second. Here's Harold Hootie again. We're going to listen to him and listen carefully because this is his live feed. Then I'm going to say stuff about it.
Good day, everybody watching this video. It is May 15th, 2018, approximately 12:32 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I don't know wherever you're at in the world, but yeah, there's some people from Germany, and I believe Germany is what they have Central Standard Time in North America. Anyways, this is my second year on paliperidone. In 2016, I started 150 milligrams of paliperidone once every 3 to 4 weeks, and then came off of it in August 2016, and then came back in January 2017. Was put on the paliperidone. So I started at 150 milligrams, and then a month later I was put on INVEGA Trinza, which is a 350 milligram paliperidone palmitate. And compared to other psychiatric drugs that I've been on, such as Depakote and risperidone, paliperidone, to me, it does, it actually is doing what it's supposed to do, which is going to stop me from going into a manic episode, which I become increasingly creative and very delusional in some perspective of others that see me. But as I'm in these manic episodes, I tend not to see myself as destructive. As for the quality of my life right now, while I'm in university, and I am currently enrolled in full-time classes this spring and summer. So creative writing this spring till May, my third week of May, and then
as Harold got thrown out of university
next month, and then world history
right after this,
August,
a few months later.
and then back to regular native studies.
Don't know if it's because of his funding or whatnot, but it sounded like you got thrown out.
Thanks to the Manitoba government for giving me some bursaries, which is helping me afford to my schooling. And I'm just gonna read you something about paliperidone. I'm not sure if it's from the Psychiatric News, which is I'm just gonna check the source here. Psychopharmacology newsletter, which is it's part of the American Psychiatric Association. So I'm just gonna the LAI long-acting injectable antipsychotic INVEGA SUSTENNA now includes information demonstrating that it is more effective than oral antipsychotics at delaying incidents such as arrest, hospitalization, or intentional discontinuation of treatment. Now, that heading there is pretty straightforward and explanatory, because if you don't want to be on the INVEGA SUSTENNA, then you're gonna come off of it. And most of the time, people, when they're involuntarily hospitalized, they're injected with medication. And when you're involuntarily hospitalized, it's no fun thing. When they're giving you things such as haloperidol, risperidol, abilify, oxepine, orazapine, lorazepam, clonazepam, temazepam, the list goes on and on and on. But yeah, I'll just according to Michelle Kramer, Dr. Michelle Kramer, the Vice President of Neuroscience Medical Affairs at Janssen, the manufacturer of INVEGA SUSTENNA. This represents the first instance of an antipsychotic label, including real-world outcomes. The approval of this trial by the FDA is significant because it shows the real-world data can pass regulatory muster, she told Singh. Yeah, Ross is really against the pharmaceutical industry, particularly the industry of Janssen, or Janssen, however you want to pronounce it. He's against that and believes it's total unethical human rights violation, kind of genocide, as he says. Ross gets all into this. So I'm gonna see if and there's a landmark schizophrenia data that bring hope in breaking the cycle of hospitalization and incarceration received FDA approval for inclusion in INVEGA SUSTENNA, paliperidone, palmitate. Apparently, my psychiatrist, he says that paliperidone is the best in the business for most mood disorders, and he says that a lot Manitoba Health Canada, Manitoba Mental Health, they're for prescribing paliperidone for mood disorders, and me, I'm particularly not familiar with schizophrenia or schizoaffective disorder, but I'm bipolar disorder 1 and occasional bipolar 2 symptoms. It's a drug that treats basically in the brain. There's receptors, and when these receptors they work similar in the central nervous system, and the medication is designed to control the brain and those receptors and neurotransmitters, dopamine, norepinephrine, I think, and norepinephrine, serotonin, dopamine, and yeah, for me, they want to prevent too much dopamine from being released, and when you experience anhedonia, that's a lack of life pleasure, and that's one of the symptoms of depression. But many people who have depression and mania episodes, they mistakenly mistake their anhedonia for a side effect of medication. Now, these drug companies, they say it's a case for those who come off the medication. They say that, well, it's their depression that's coming back, and really, it's all about the. I seriously couldn't care less about whether this medication was taken away and banned from the market, and I couldn't take it anymore. But I did gain some serious weight by being on risperidone and quetiapine within the past 3 years. So, you know, you can be overweight, and you can be overweight and still be healthy. Well, yeah, but wherever you stand in health-wise, well, I hope you're taking preventative health measures and, you know, try exercise. Just try exercise. So, yeah, thank you.
As you see, I'm going through Ask I Patient and a bunch of other stuff, different side effects. A lot of people have the same side effects. Anyway, and look. Now we're going to look at this and look at one more. And here we go. Here's a couple of recent ones I just found as well.
Yeah, I don't know me, right? But like, I thought I was being poisoned by my family for like the longest time. And actually, recently, I had another panic attack, and I thought I was being poisoned, but I like fought through it. And because I was having a panic attack, and I just drank coffee, and I was like, did somebody poison my coffee? You know, because I'm having a heart attack, but like, well, it's a panic attack, but my heart like races and shit. I don't know what the fuck it's about, but like my mouth gets all dry and shit, and I can't swallow, and I like have no saliva. And I just feel like my throat's closing up on me. So I pretty much thought I was gonna die, but I didn't want to go back to the rehab or the inpatient. So I didn't want to call an ambulance. So I kind of paced back and forth until the symptoms went away, right? So I had good news, like, mostly because, like, the medication, I don't think, like, homicidal thoughts, they don't cross my mind. I don't get mad and go, well, I'm gonna kill so-and-so. You know, I wouldn't do it. I still don't think it. Like, it doesn't. I don't know what it is, but because I answer some people's questions, like, I could drink, and like, when I first started drinking on my medication, I wouldn't get drunk. I would drink and drink and drink and not get drunk. I know somebody asked me that. I was like, that's weird, because I definitely had that problem. But lately I drink, and it's like, I've been on the medication so long, I don't even like remember that I'm on it. It doesn't do anything. Like, I get drunk and I just get drunk. But like, it's starting to make me gain weight over the past, I'd say, like, month. I just got a little bit longer than a month, about a month. I've gained like 10 to 15 pounds. So I'm either 205 or 200, but like, I was hanging around 180, 190. Now I'm 200, 205. Because the lightest I've ever been was 150, and that's when I went to the Summit Mental Rehabilitation in 2015. I was 150 pounds, but like, they had me eat so much stuff inside the rehab, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, all kinds of snacks and shit. I just be gaining like weight like all the time, all these meals. Now I'm on food stamps and I get disability, so I like buy food and I eat, you know, like a good amount, I guess. I think it's the medication. That was another little problem. I was like gaining like dick size. Excuse me, right? But like I've been doing some type of workout for that, and I made a video as a joke on YouTube about it. I was like, yeah, you know, but accurately, like, this is my dick, right? You had to be there why I did it. I was having a conversation with pretty much like God, but like he has a sense of humor. And then I shared the video because I thought it was funny. So anyway, long story short, ever since I said that, I feel like my dick has got either a little bit smaller or has not. Like, I just looking at it different. Weird. I know some people say on here that that's a side effect of the medication. It makes your dick shrink. I gotta tell you something. I am not putting up with that shit. Shrinking of the dick. Alright? My dick is not gonna shrink. I'm gonna tell you right now. Come on, because if that's the problem, then we're gonna do something about it. Because I'm not fucking putting up with that shit, dude. Because that's fucked up. Aside from that, you know, I already told you, like, I got my nickname for it. I get the hiccups. I throw up after I drink. I get the worst headaches. I mean, they're abnormally bad headaches. I mean, I'm sure it's because of the medication. Like, the combination of the two things. It gives me the worst headaches, and then I puke. And I'll be feeling like total ass. And I don't want to be feeling like ass, but I like to drink. I like to party and shit. I kick it with GTA Online, because I don't have a job. I just play GTA Online, like, all the time. Shit's fat. I just got the club and shit. Popping off on that. It's pretty sick. I freestyle all the time. But I don't expect everybody to do what I do. But seeing as y'all been to Inpatient possibly, and you know about the rehabs and the asylums, you know, we're kind of on the same page then, because I'm patient and I'm out of inpatient and on medication, you know what I'm saying? But either way, my update isn't great because, like, I feel like as soon as I started talking about how good I was doing, they went and were like trying to make me not be doing good, right, or something. Hey, and I'm not getting any special fucking treatment, I hope. I honestly expect it to work just as good for everybody as it does for me. I don't want that shit. But also at the same time, like, I want to eventually get off of the medication and see if my mind could like adapt to like the way things were, like, but without the psycho thoughts in the mind, without the delusions, like, just do it. You know what I'm saying? I keep it real with y'all. I really went through some real things that people were gonna say make me crazy, right? But, like, I know because I'm on medication and I know what's working and what's my mental illness. And, like, the things I went through are not part of my mental disorder. It's an actual thing that I went through. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure people out there will think that about themselves, like, possibly, maybe they're right. I don't know. I'm just telling you, I know. I'm not completely like full of shit when I'm talking about some of the other things in some of the other videos, or like most of them that I put up. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if someone wants to tell me like some reasons, you know, the medication is bad. You know, I'm feeling medication because the first time I went to Summit, they wanted me to take this medication, and I was like, it's gonna cause what, like it's trying to cure, but I don't have it, so it's a failure medication. It's a failure medication. Medication's a name. I was like, I'm medication. That's how I came up with it. It was in Summit in 2013, and then I went in 2015, and then I went to Greystone Asylum in 2015, and then I went to Newton Hospital after that, you know, in 2016. So, it's constantly, I'm always in and out of the fucking rehab and shit. I'm gonna get scooped up, brought to the rehab, said I'm mentally ill. I'm sure we've all been there, but for the ones that want my honest opinion, if you know you're mentally ill and it's helping you, then take it, and hopefully we'll all get rich if there's some settlement, class action shit eventually. And hopefully the class action is not something not worth the money, you know? Like, it's something like that. That's what I hope. I don't know what else to say. I mean, we don't want to kill anyone. I don't get, like, I feel like I'm, like, not being poisoned. I feel like I'm able to, like, watch TV and not turn the TV off and sit in a room with nothing on in my room. No lights, no TV, no... Sleeping with the lights on, with no TV and no computer and no PlayStation. I go through these phases because of my schizoaffective and because of the time travel thing, which you might not know about, that, like, I can't watch this because they're, like, I believe it or not, I think that, like, the Illuminati uses commercials to, like, talk shit about me, pretty much. Or, like, they use them to talk shit. So I'll be sitting here and then the commercial will talk shit. Or they'll steal my idea and they'll use it for a commercial. And all kinds of shit. And my ideas get stolen in music. And then, like, I rap and I'm like, you know, it's fucked up because it's not exactly like the whole thing that they took. It's like an idea here and an idea there. I'm glad I'm with my fellow Keishans, very impatient, because we all are not perfect, so I don't feel like any more judged. I feel less judged than I would be with other people. I honestly really believe that, dude. Honestly, I'm not even kidding. I get abducted by aliens. Honest, real shit. I get abducted by aliens. I don't remember anything. I just wake up with marks on my body, and I'm like, this is really happening. I saw a red-eyed monster on my deck. That really happened. I was like, what is mentally ill about me is my eyes get red, and I think that my mom is poisoning me through my vents. And then she comes in here asking me what's wrong, and I think I'm gonna like attack her in self-defense. And if I don't do that, then I don't have to go to fucking jail. But yeah, like, because I honestly believe that she's hurting me at that time. So I know that the medication is helping me. That's what I know. I know that it's not worth anything, but I want to get off of it because I'm afraid of side effects. Side effects bug me out, and I'm scared, and I don't want to gain weight, and I gotta start working out all the time, and I gotta like not gain weight because like I don't want to gain weight. So that's my INVEGA SUSTENNA update for you right now, and do your thing, you know, look up my my freestyles every once in a while, and maybe you'll learn something, maybe you'll give me a follow. It's definitely worth it. Thank you. Thank you. Good luck.
Oh, hi there, everyone. This is a video that is going to, you know, not be lengthy in duration. I will make another video another day. It's just, the thing is that I wanted to talk about the medication INVEGA. I have to tread carefully on this for a number of reasons. I dislike the medication. I do not think it is appropriate for anyone, if you want my honest opinion. I do have to be cautious because although I haven't taken INVEGA, technically as far as I know, since December of 2016, I'm noticing that the effects of you know, coming off of psychiatric medication of that kind are wearing off. I've noticed that for the last couple of months at least. I mean, I already knew that, but because of my experience with Clopixel. However, you know, this obviously for some individuals who are not specifically, you know, ready for this type of medication, it can be very difficult for them to handle. And, you know, I ain't no pushover, so it's no big deal for me, but, you know, I don't like it. I dislike it, as a matter of fact. However, it is important to note that you know, so long as you're relaxed, you're calm, you don't overthink things, you know, maybe indulge in a little bit of alcoholic beverage, you know, it doesn't sound like such a bad idea, does it? You know, it's all like, you know, like peaches and cream. It's all good. And, you know, obviously there are reasons to be concerned, but it's like, I ain't no whiner, and I ain't no, you know, like little bitch or something. That's not the way how this is gonna go down, because that's what they want. They want you to, you know, like overreact, oh no, panic, and you know, go running for the hills or something like that. And it's like, no, no. You can want that all you want, but like, it isn't going to happen. So, you know, we can play this game. You know, how long do you want to play it? We'll play it for a few hundred years? Sure, why not? Anyway, I know this video sounds strange to some people, so that's why I'm gonna, you know, not make it lengthy in duration, unlike a lot of my other videos, of which I have a more keen interest in, like the National Hockey League, for example. I don't give a damn about this medication INVEGA. That doesn't sound like something fun. It doesn't sound like something cool. It sounds like something a creepy little bureaucrat would think of. And, you know, what more can you add to that? So anyway, you know, I am noticing some physical effects. However, you know, I'm not bothered by any of that sort of stuff, and you know, I ain't gonna put up with your bullshit. So, you know, just keep your firm head on your shoulders, and you'll be fine. So relax and don't worry about it, or else you're a cunt. Anyway, I said I was going to make this video somewhat short, so I will. I will make another video in regards to a topic I'm more interested in doing, like becoming the $1 million man. You know, because like he's got money, but he's got like not too much money, because you don't want too much money, because too much money is a bad thing, you know. It's just like it comes with a whole bunch of bullshit, and like it's not worth it. So anyway, have a good day, y'all, and if you don't like me or you dislike me, feel free to turn around and walk the fuck away from me. Anyway, good day. Or night, I should say, because it's night right now. Anyway, see ya.
Hi, YouTube. Please don't mind my wet hair. I literally just got out of the shower like 5 minutes ago. So, I wanted to post this video as kind of like a quick update, but also kind of a review on a medication that I was prescribed that I will no longer be taking. I was hospitalized recently twice, kind of in rapid succession, and it was I've been recently diagnosed with bipolar type 2, which is not the kind where you rapid cycle through your emotions and are borderline schizophrenic. It's the other kind, which is like slower cycling without the schizophrenia. But I was hospitalized for that, and I was just having really bad anxiety to the point where I couldn't even sit still, and they put me on INVEGA SUSTENNA, which is a shot that is good for a whole month, which I would never advise anybody to do something for a whole month if you don't know if it affects you well yet. I was not at the time in a place or a state of mind to where I necessarily cared what they gave me or felt that it was going to be a problem. I was kind of out of it. The ambulance ride to the hospital, which was like a little over an hour, was kind of traumatic anxiety-wise for me. We're really not sure why, but I had very high anxiety and I ended up sleeping for like 2 days after that. So the medicine they gave me after that, I was just like, whatever, I don't care. They literally just wake me up to give me a shot, and that was that. For one, the shot really sucks. I'm not a wimp at all. I've had different surgeries and different things, but it's a very thick, liquid material that they put into your arm. And so the needle is very large, and it just sucks. And your arm is basically useless for like the next 4 or 5 days until that soreness goes away. But it also makes you really restless to the point where I was pacing, and if I wasn't restless, I was sleeping. I could not control how much sleep I was getting. I was unable to stay awake for any length of time. In the hospital, we get not judged, but they track our progress based on how many groups we go to and whether or not we're participating, and it was just not a choice for me. I could not stay awake to save my life. That gradually went away, but the restlessness didn't, which is not normal for me, which is how they know, but it's not working. So I have about 1 more week until the therapeutic effect of the shot wears off, and then I've been put on a different medicine that I'm building up. But I would say, unless you have talked to your doctor a lot about the INVEGA shot and whether or not this is good for you, I would say consider whether or not you've been on an antipsychotic before and whether or not you need an antipsychotic. I don't do well on those and have not in the past, which should have been a factor in whether or not I was given that. You have no energy and you're basically stoned off your gourd for a lot of it. I would definitely not recommend. There were times where I couldn't even drive. I was so tired. But now, I mean, I have about a week left, so most of it's getting ready to go out of my system, which I'm very excited about. But at the same time, I'm done talking about the shot now. At the same time, I'm struggling a lot with depression. So I've upped my depression meds to 2 times a day, but I have to take it 2 times every other day until the shot gets out of my system. And I'm just a little discouraged because prior to getting the shot and all these hospitalizations, I was very active and could run long distances, and today I had to fight to run even a mile. And I mean, just because I haven't been as active and in the hospital, you don't really get to choose what you eat. I have gained a little bit of weight, and it's just very frustrating. And I'm unemployed right now, which is not good for me. I need something to do. But anytime I think of something to do, it's like my brain just goes, that's not interesting, or you don't have the attention span for that right now. That's another thing, is the shot took away all of my attention span. So I'm just now getting to the point where I can maybe read like 2 chapters of a book at a time. I'm just having a really hard time, and I'm really frustrated. So in conclusion, the INVEGA shot sucks, and I'm just trying to get to the point where I'm not sitting around all day waiting for my husband to come home from work, because I feel like that's all I'm doing with my life. Okay. Well, I hope you guys are doing well, and stay healthy.
Well, there you go. You've seen INVEGA Sustenna by a few other people. I was listening to it on a live feed and went from there. And when I put this on, I can hear on what my voice is and how loud it was. So that way I can see on my chat, on my loud browser sampling. Like you seen, Harold Hootie, he supposedly got kicked out of school, ran out of funding or whatnot. Couldn't function in society on or off the medication. He became very verbal abusive after months of talking to the guy, cheesy ass, stuff like that. Hate towards white people because he's Aboriginal, supposedly, and the harm of that. He wants his land back, and I'm an Aboriginal of the world. We all are. My Aboriginal right is a white man's world too, or a black man's, or a tan man's, or whatnot. We're all Aboriginal to Earth. Human right violations are human rights. All our cultures have been stolen from us and detained in poverty or serfdom in any way, always renting off the land and owning nothing in life and hoping our bloodline continues. You've seen 3 other people after that who recently I found their videos, like I said, guy who likes to rap, a young man who spoke, and the young lady. All gained weight, don't want their penises shrunk, don't like what the drug's done to them. The more I find, the more I'll do like this. I'm not the only one saying it's harmful to people. Why don't the doctors test the drugs out, not the people? Because, hey, they have to live in poverty, not eat properly, and so forth. Maybe they'll speak up against it too. Because unless somebody stands up, our human rights don't get changed, the laws don't get changed, like World War II and the massive millions dead in Holocaust camps. And still hunted down today, those who harm those people. Thank you for watching. It's been, what, an hour and 22 minutes so far. Hopefully you bared with me. Watching it all the links will be put in cards in about 5 minutes or as soon as I can do so on it. So you all have a great day. This is Ross Jason Boehmlei of Canada, which is North America, and our head of state is the Queen of England, and our head of union or head of Canada is Justin Trudeau. Will you please look at this as a human rights violation, Justin Trudeau and the Liberal government, the NDP, the Democrats, and the Conservatives. What Harper did, being a lawyer and having law firms, is an illegal loophole of changing laws and misled the people too. Mental health is not allowed. A prejudgment of assault and an unfair justice, equal protection before and after the law, to assault somebody in crimes of genocide, psychologically torturing them, and manipulation. Just like Billy the Kid said, or Kid. An assassination of a human being, psychologically making their lives worse and worse and worse over life, controlling them and hurting them in a direction, like moving them to different cities just so you can eventually harm them as well. Thank you for listening. This is Ross Jason Boehmlei for January the 16th, 2019, 5:06. Bye for now. Stop streaming.